Welcome back to Croch80hd. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, welcome back. It feels like it has been forever, but here I am. And can I just say, I feel so much better today than I did last week. I think the reason is I have finally found the perfect shawl pattern for the sha-la-la-la. I thought I had chosen one, and I did. I chose two, and I wasn't really 100%, but, I have company. But I tried it, and I thought it was the yarn, so I tried to change the yarn, And anyway, long story short, and this pattern found me. I was minding my own business and reading my emails, and I'd gotten an email from Yarn Andy because I am a subscriber to her newsletter, and she started a Tunisian crochet make-along featuring her macaw shawl pattern. Y'all, it was the pattern that I was meant for. It was perfect. It is Tunisian crochet, which I love, and it wasn't like a boring, repetitive, over and over and over and over kind of pattern. So it's definitely keeping me engaged, and I'm learning things, and the way the shawl is coming together is just beautiful. The only thing that I don't like, and I'm not going to change it because I just can't, but I feel like I will definitely make this pattern again in the future, but I don't like the yarn that I chose because there's so much gray, and like the color, it's color changing. So it's gray, and then like a gray green, a yellow, and then white, which the yellow and the white won't be so bad, but there's just so much of the gray, and that's where it started in the as far as the coloring. But anyway, I'm so happy with this pattern, and it is make along, so you're getting like 2 clues a week, I think. And I'm still working on clue number 2, and she just released 3 and 4. So I have to, work to catch up, but the make along ends a week before the sha-la-la-long ends. So the timing is perfect. And I feel like if I get to a point where I am keeping up with and maybe even surpassing the weekly clue release, I will probably buy the pattern because it's free through the make along, but you can also purchase the pattern. So we'll see. Right now, again, I am behind, so I have to catch up, but I love this pattern so much. I don't want to put it down, and it's perfect. And I don't know why Andy has come in the clutch more than once. And so when we're looking at all of these patterns that we're trying to give some love to through the sha-la-la-long, Yarn Andy, she has so many shawl patterns that do not have a lot of love. And I feel like she might be the crochet designer that we've been sleeping on. So y'all, if you get some time, go to her website. I'll put it right here. And also visit her Ravelry, which I'll put right here. And she also has a YouTube. So, yeah, she is insanely talented. And this is my first time using one of her patterns, but I am incredibly happy and impressed and intrigued and enthralled and all of those adjectives that Editing Jackie here to tell you, yeah, I know, Those are not adjectives, they're adverbs. So now that I've gotten my shalalong pattern chosen and it is working up and everything is working wonderfully, I want to talk to you about a couple of other things. Oh, so a lot of comments on the last couple of videos that I had posted, which have been very encouraging, and you know, it's funny, like the video about crocheting with spoons, the number of people who understood or understand that scenario, because, you know, they do suffer with some kind of chronic illness, and just, you know, the amount of support and the kind words that were said based on that just really made me feel better, because again, the last couple of weeks have been kind of hard. The response to the last video about, you know, the spiral, whoo-wee. One suggestion was to make dishcloths. When you can't figure out what you want to make and you're spiraling, make a dishcloth. Now, and I remembered I replied to her and I said, that's a great idea. But, you know, Panicky Jackie would be all like,
which pattern do we use?
Well, I actually came up with a solution that even Panicky Jackie wouldn't have a problem with. I said I wanted to work on some new crochet stitches in my crochet stitch Bible that I got last year. And so I'm just going to open it up randomly, and whatever pattern I'm looking at, I'm just going to use cotton yarn for it. So as I'm practicing this new stitch, when all is said and done, I will end up with a washcloth. So, wow! Yay! So thank you for that suggestion. I was trying to think of another. About like when I said that I wanted to do the swancho, but I didn't have enough of the base color. Then that I would have to buy, you know, more yarn, and it was suggested to either do fade, and I love that idea. So I was looking through my Holst yarn, and I have an abundance of purple. I guess I told myself that I didn't have any purple because I didn't have any purple, and now I have an abundance of purple. Okay, so I have 3 purples. One is called Hyacinth, one is called Divine, and one is called Aubergine. So these are the, let me see if I can get it to show the right, wait. Yeah. So if I want to do this, and I've never done it, and I have 2 skeins of each of these colors. So I'm thinking that I could either hold 2 strands of each color, and then, you know, as I'm running out of this color, drop one of the strands and pick up one of the strands of this, you know, to blend it into this, and then do the same for that, or put the lighter color on the bottom. And then for the pops of color, I just have, you know, I can use random other colors, or even some of the sample, the little selection sampler yarn for the pops of color that are in the swancho. I think that could work, and I welcome the idea, so we'll see. I am not going to stress about my Make 9, because I mean, the purpose for it was just to give me some ideas to kind of focus my making, because I do want to make something for the spring and summer, and, you know, maybe something for the fall, and I want to try to make socks. So I'm not married to the list in that it has to be 9 items, it has to be these 9 items or anything like that, because I've already looked back at it. I've added some items, and I think I'm going to, you know, take some off, not because I don't want to make them. It's just, on this side of things, you know, I made the list in December and now it's January, which is only 30 days, but at the same time, it literally feels like it was 100 years ago. So, I'm just, you know, I'm trying to, I don't even remember what the words are, so it doesn't matter. But I'm taking the advice of the GlamFamers who have stepped up and given me some suggestions, because y'all are geniuses, and, you know, y'all just need to know that y'all are geniuses. I like that y'all think differently, and I like that y'all think the same at the same time. Yeah. You know, it's like a multitude of counselors, or misery loves company, whichever. So it is time to flip the calendar. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. What do we think? Okay, now I want to see. Hey. Wow. I can work with that.
Later.
I don't want you to say anything, but I found this pattern for a shawl, and it's a granny shawl.
What?
And it's not ugly. I know. I hear you. But it's super easy and super quick, and it's not ugly. And this particular pattern that I'm talking about has less than 40 projects in Ravelry. So if I can whip up a under 40 shawl pattern that has colors for February, what? That means that I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And if I use it out of existing stash, then that means that I can use it for 2 other make-alongs that I am participating in. Actually, 3. Let's see. Okay, so which one? Knits and Pieces has a Smash That Stash. So you have to use stash yarn that you had before January 1st of this year, which that would be. And then it's for the shawl along, which is that. It's my February calendar inspiration, which is that. Now, I haven't seen Judy's picture for February yet, so maybe. And the Grocery Girls, they're doing an accessory from stash along. That's 5. You know, that is going to be one mighty shawl that it can kill 5 birds with 1 stone. Oh, yeah. It's gunts to be a granny shawl. I think it's great. I'm excited for this shawl. It's going to be the shawl that could. Da-da-da-da. So I do plan to make another bougie sweater for the bougie sweatshirt knit along or make along that is being hosted by Young Folk Knits. And if it's a raglan style, this is me. I'm killing birds with stones, y'all. Raglan style sweater, because the Grocery Girls, again, they're also hosting a raglan sweater cowl. It can be a cardigan, or it can be a pullover, or any other kind of top that has a raglan style construction. So anything like that qualifies. So bougie sweatshirt, and the raglan sweater along. And if I use stash yarn, then the knits and pieces smash that stash. Y'all, I'm feeling so much better about things. Now, at 3 o'clock in the morning, that might be a complete different story. But besides that, yeah, I'm feeling rejuvenated. We're going to add that word to the crochet word dictionary. I am rejuvenated. I am refreshed. I am seeing things anew. Speaking of seeing anew, do you like my new glasses? Yeah. I love these glasses. I get my glasses from Zenni Optical. I've been ordering glasses from Zenni for at least 15 years. And my whole family has them. And they have glasses that start at $6.95, frames and lenses. And shipping is like $4.95. So they have tons and tons of glasses. So if you're not familiar with Zenni Optical or Zenni.com, I think, head over there, especially if you go through glasses like we do. And these are progressives. Now the progressives, of course, are not $6.95, but they're still not expensive. I think these might be like $40. It's not expensive. So I wanted to show you what I've been working on. Well, what I've been working on, because I've been working on a lot of things. I've been wanting a cardigan, and I made this cardigan, or I used this pattern to make a cardigan for my husband back in 2021, and he loves it and I love it, and I want one for myself. So it doesn't matter after what, because y'all know what I've been going through. I am making one for myself, and I'm using fisherman's wool in the brown heather colorway, this one, and also this is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. I think the color is called Cloud or something. And it's made in pieces, which I love top-down construction, and doing it in pieces from the bottom up, it makes me, I don't know, I don't like it, but I've made peace with it. So this is like, all right, oh goodness, this is the back, and I just did some fun drop stitch, or I don't know what you call this. It looks like icicles hanging, and I was excited about it, and then I realized that the way I have to make the front, I'm not going to be able to do those icicles because the stitches will be going in the wrong direction. But so the white part sits on the shoulder, and then you do the front piece, or the two front pieces, and then you seam it, and then you do the sleeves, and then I believe there's some ribbing that happens at the end. This is a Grace for the Frills pattern, because you know I just love Grace. She's so great. I hope to have that one finished by the end of the first week in February. I would have it if I was working on it monogamously, but another thing I wanted to say, remember that sweater that I made? I had taken the Brooklyn Chunky sweater from Grace for the Frills, and I hacked it to make it into a cardigan, and I kept saying that I wasn't sure if I liked it because it made me look like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Well, I had gotten so frustrated with it because it wouldn't even stay on my shoulders. It just kept falling off. It just wouldn't stay up. So it basically became a yarn corpse for a new cardigan. I will pop a picture here. That's what she's supposed to look like. And it is a pattern by Joy of Motion Crochet, the first time I've done one of her patterns. And here's what we're looking like so far. And I know it's white on white, so you can't really see, but it is a raglan style. And I think I have maybe 10 more rows of the white to do for the length, and then I will start on the sleeves. And here's how much is left from the corpse. So I think I have plenty, plus I still had like 1 1/4 skeins left over from the original one. And I've tried it on already, and it fits like it's supposed to, and it stays up like it's supposed to, because it's a real design. So while I did hack the regular pullover pattern, I have learned that there's more to converting a pullover to a cardigan than simply not joining, in the round. Will I ever attempt to do it again? Probably, just not with that particular pattern. But as much as I like this pattern that I'm using now from Joy of Motion, I don't see a reason to need to hack another pullover into a cardigan again. So, okay, so those are 2 of the things that I'm working on. Aside from the shawl, is that it? For right now, that is it. That's 3 things. Well, that doesn't feel right. Okay. I think the last thing I wanted to talk about was, let's see here. I do have notes, believe it or not. So this is under stuff I got. Last year sometime, Crystal from Bag O' Day Crochet had purchased some yarn from a yarn company in, where are they from? Pennsylvania. One of the yarns that she had gotten from them is called Hodgepodge, and I loved the concept because basically it's like everything but the kitchen sink kind of yarn, because when they have to clean out their mills or plates or whatever, instead of just throwing all that away, they scrape all of that up together and make yarn. And you don't know really what you're getting, because it's just a mixture of every other kind of fur or wool or whatever from all the different animals that they process. And so I ordered 2 skeins, and I think this is so neat because even though they came together, and according to the note that I got from on my order form, they had just been made, but they look alike, but yet not. And here they are. And I think I had shown this briefly on the live video that I had done on the kickoff for the shawl along. But this is 200 yards, and it is approximately 3-ply worsted weight, and it just says 100% natural fibers. I like it, and they don't have a woolly smell. They don't feel like wool, but they do feel, I don't know what the word is, how I'm trying to explain it, but it's not like that, rusticy wool. It just, I don't know, it just feels like fiber. And you get a note. I thought I had the note here, but they send you a note explaining kind of like what all kind of animals could possibly be, in the skein. It's just a very neat idea. And the yarn was only $12 a skein. And shipping was $4. Yeah, it was, yeah, next time I think I'll order like maybe a sweater's quantity, and it'd be kind of interesting to see how different they would look, even though you're ordering them all at the same time, just because of how they are constructed. Anyway, I think that was all I wanted. That was all I wanted to talk about today. I don't know. I'm feeling much better. I just am. I'm feeling much better. So thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for holding my hand through this. Just thank y'all for being yourself. If you like this video, please like this video. If you want to stick around, become a member of the GlamFam, you do so by clicking that subscribe button. And don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.